I'm so happy to subscribe.
Everyone's not ready, but I'm ready. evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening. ZS motherfuckers is the room code tonight. Do come and join the game. It is Saturday the 6th of June. Welcome to game night. It is just about 10 past 8 here in the UK. I hope you are having a wonderful weekend. Yeah, that's the first thing I said tonight. Worthy of a blimey, indeed. So, how you're keeping? Hope you're having a good weekend. And yes, that's a raid message. Start the stream with an F-bomb. So I bet it's just got ZS and spelt it quite like that, which is lovely. Yeah, that's it. I used my F-bomb early tonight. God, I hope my mum's not watching tonight. How you keeping? Good weekends all? I was going to shave today, but then self-evidently didn't. What have we got going on? What did I do? Well, I had a very busy Saturday, actually. Very busy. Park run this morning. Fastest time of the year. Once again, first sub 24 of the year. 23:47 is what we did it in this morning, which I was very pleased with. And I went to a wedding this afternoon, hence the shirt. It's sort of like a classic game show host shirt. It's very pleasant. So yeah, that was nice this afternoon. Did some cooking. Resolved heat number 9 of the drain. More about that a little bit later on. And did some proofing and come to stream. So yeah. Hope your day has been just as eventful as mine, and you're looking forward to a bit of quiz. 3 games on the docket for you this evening. We're starting with this. This is Data Leak, has been written by JR, proofed by me. Lots of lovely stuff in here. Very friendly pack, which I think you're all going to really dig. We've got the return of Emily in Crossfire at half-time. So the first time she's been on this season. So looking forward to seeing her back, seeing if she gets any less malicious than she used to be, and if I can remember how to click the buttons to actually bring her up. Then, coming up a bit later on, we have got a runs pack of The Abyss. This is delayed from a few weeks ago. And again, some really good quality trivia in that, so do stick around for that later on. We've got the lottery at the end of the night. I will be updating you on Heat 9 of the Drain. There's a little clip I'm going to share with you just for transparency to show how the Heat did resolve. I posted the outcome in the Discord, but how we got there is yet to be seen. So that will be coming up a bit later on in the stream. Yeah, that's all it is tonight. So 3 games plus a little bit of a pre-record, and you have already seen it. Yes, you have. So that's all very exciting. Let me say hello to you all. Welcome on in to Lewis, Clive, Arun, Effrontery, Clement, Shapes, Puzzle Dan, Jogging, SJ, Nando, Rack, JR, Bungle, Fett, Natter, Shadowmane, Stilgar, Flyboy, Brisbane, Green Day, Conradlac, Solar Espion, Simpsons Angle, Sapster, Woollyback, Brig, Free Ruckus, Proves, Alexander, Saphira, Happy, BC, Toot, John, Vertigo, Cola, AV Me, Bass, Dalton, Moon Raider, and anyone else who is lurking, loitering, and lingering in the chat. You are all most welcome to be here. Thank you so much for joining me this Saturday night. Never heard of Parkrun? Parkrun, it's a global phenomenon. It's a weekly, as Shapes is saying, it's a weekly 5K. It's run by volunteers. It's an officially timed event. A lot of people use it to get an official 5K time, because sometimes watches can be a bit off, or distances can be slightly longer, slightly shorter. So it's an officially recorded time event, but it's a run, not a race. And they have them all over the world. I don't know if they've reached as far as the States yet, but they certainly got them all over Europe. They have them in Australia. There's about 250 of them in this country alone. Hell, I've got about 5 of them within half an hour's drive of my front door. So, yes, a run, not a rune. Not to be confused. Easily done. So yeah, it's and it's a good thing. It's good for your health. And some people go around and do, like my best mate, he does 18-minute time. I do say my best is about 22:50. Some people walk it. Some people do go a lot steadier, and some people go even faster than that. So, but it's a good thing to do if you're into running. I highly recommend it. And I make no apology for banging its drum. So yes, 3 games of quiz. Plus, if I decide to do anything spontaneous, I can't guarantee I'm going to do that. Probably not going to do that. Thanks very much to everybody for the feedback on Not Have I Got News For You front page on Thursday night. I was very happy with that, with how it went. It seemed to work without any hitches, just a couple of little tweaks that we need to make, ideas for extra rounds, so that'll be coming back very soon. It does mean I can now return my attention to Picture This, which is the drawing game, which I sampled earlier on in the season. I need to put the finishing touches on that. As always, do come and join the Discord if you would like up-to-the-minute information on Game Night stuff, or indeed if you'd like to write for any of the formats that you see tonight. You can find out all the information over in the Persephone Share Discord. You can see us a raid message for tonight's episode. There's already been a few that have come in. If something amusing happens, then do proceed your message with a hashtag, and I'll give 250 pennies and the episode title to the winner. If you're tracking your pennies or your medals, you can do that online at persephoneshare.com/thepennybank. And just a quick reminder not to be Googling the answers while the game is live. If you've missed any episode of Game Night, you can catch up on demand at persephoneshare.com/on-demand. And if you're watching on one of the VODs on YouTube, don't forget to like and subscribe. If you're watching on Twitch, hell, don't forget to follow and subscribe. Subscribing is not mandatory, of course, but not just following for that matter, but do, and then you get alerts. And if you subscribe, then it helps support this channel, and also means you get emotes and no adverts, which is nice. This first game of the night, if you want to, Lewis, it's entirely up to you. We are playing Data League. You need the Universal Controller, which is right there, version 0.9.1, and the room code, which is ZSMF. I'm not going to say it again, but it's not mandatory, but do. Indeed so. So last couple of minutes just to come and join this game, and then we are going to get it underway. It's not mandatory, but do. Right. A lot of F-bomb related things coming. Only one of those raid message suggestions have I liked so far. And I like that one as well. Right, okay, good. Oh, shit, no, I don't want to low-light my highlights. Let's not do that. Okay, where did I get my shirt from? That's a very good question. Probably either Amazon or Moss Bros. I have a feeling this one hasn't got cuff holes, so it's almost certainly from Amazon. So I bought a load of colourful shirts off Amazon that didn't have... Well, Premier Inn is the other option, yeah. But yeah, I bought them. They didn't have cufflink holes. Okay. Right, Nata, just to let you know, someone else has already suggested that raid message, and I've already highlighted it, and they suggested it a few minutes ago, so that one's not going to get highlighted. So do pay attention. You saw someone else recommend it, and you thought you would recommend it as well. That's okay. That seemed like a good strategy. Right, it's fine. You use up your raid messages however you like. I was just letting you know that, if someone else recommends it a few minutes later, I'm less likely to click highlight. Saying do pay attention, yes. Do pay attention. It's like, yeah. Anyway, right, that's enough for me. I'm going to shut up. I'll just read some questions. I'll do it. That's what we're here for, right? Me reading questions, you answer questions. Everyone has a good time. We all learn a little bit, and the real winners are the friends we made along the way. Quite. Right, this is Data Leak. It's been written by JR. It's been proofed by me. Let's lock the lobby and get on with the game. That's sort of your mantra. They'll have that on your gravestone, won't you, Bungle? Was here to take the piss. Here's how to play. Solve the quests, solve the puzzles as quickly as you can. Clues will be revealed every 10 seconds. The fewer clues you need, the more points you win. Get the answer wrong, you'll be frozen out for 8 seconds, but you will then be allowed another opportunity. So if you've got half an idea, it might be worth having a punt. You never know, it might be right. Some puzzles may require spelling to be exact. Best of luck, and do have fun. And preferably don't die. So, to our first round. 5 degrees. You're going to get a category and 5 longer clues, all describing the same person, place, or object. Faster you solve it, the more points you win. So, longer prose-style clues. Let's see what you make of these. Here's our first one. And we're looking for an artist for 5. He is known for his many self-portraits, with at least 40 being attributed to him. For 4, his surname indicates that his family lived near the Rhine. Wrong window, Cola. Also wrong answer. For 3, he was born in Leiden in the Netherlands on the 15th of July 1606. Your CJR was right. For 2, although he was influenced by contemporary and classical Italian masters through his training, he never left the Dutch Republic during his lifetime. You didn't dispute, to be fair, you didn't. His most famous work, The Night Watch, was commissioned by the Civic Militia in Amsterdam and was completed in 1642. Rembrandt von Rijn, to give him his full name, colloquially known just by his first name Rembrandt, but yes, von Rijn means Van Rijn, or from the Rhine, Rembrandt from the Rhine. His full name, Rembrandt Harmenzoon van Rijn. Apparently he lived with his parents until well into his 40s, so, living the life of a typical Gen Zer these days, I guess. Apologies if you're Gen Z and not living with your parents, but it does seem to be... The statistics suggest, paint a different picture. I don't know. If you're not, then good for you. Fantastic. You're Gen Z and living with your parents. I have nothing against you living with your parents if you're Gen Z. But yeah, Rembrandt did it first. Right, let's drain the puzzle. And let's go on to puzzle number 2. We are looking for... That's a good point, Shapes. It's a country for 5. It is administratively split into 26 units, 24 departments, and 2 provinces. For 4, it gained its independence from Spain in 1821. You ought to spar with me, Sam. You wait till the end of this puzzle. For 3, it is the world's largest producer of quinoa. Or quinoa, if you're uncultured. For 2, a statue of Paddington Bear stands in its capital, gifted by the British Embassy in 2015 as a celebration of international relations. Relations. And for 1, it is the site of Machu Picchu, the country's most visited international tourist destination. Peru is the answer. Yeah, 2 provinces are the province of Caloa and the province of Lima. And, of course, Paddington Bear famously came from darkest Peru. Well done if you did get some points out of that. So, yeah, Sam, we don't all own multiple houses. I mean, I technically own multiple houses, but I'm also going through a fairly bitter divorce at the moment. So very soon I will not own multiple, and I don't own multiple houses, I own multiple properties. So one of them's a flat. This one. So, yeah. But yeah, if you want to spar with me on my divorce and I'll bring the whole mood down, then that's fun. But you say you've ticked her off there. Touched the nerve, so you did. Anyway, it's a property. Yes, Rembrandt is the first Gen Z person. True. On we go. Next puzzle. We are looking for... that's fair. It's a chemical element for 5. It is the 3rd most abundant metal in the Earth's crust after iron and aluminium, or aluminum if you're American and stupid. Apologies to our American friends. For 4, it derives its name from the Latin word for lime, as it can be obtained by heating limestone. Wrong window, Bungle. Wrong window, Moon Raider. To the Unicorn, please. For 3, gypsum, fluorite, and apatite are other sources of this element. Universal controller is what you need. Please don't type your answers into the chat. For 2, a deficiency of this element could lead to rickets in children and osteoporosis in adults. Use it like therapy. All right, Clyde. Right you are. For 1, foods rich in this element include dairy products such as milk, yogurt, and cheese. It's calcium. Calcium is what. Yes, have I not insulted yet in the first round of the first quiz tonight? Yeah, it's all the American Gen Zers are all switching off and going out. So I'm feeling a bit snarky tonight, evidently. Yeah, calcium's a metal. Would you believe it's also the most? I believe it to be the most abundant metal in the human body, because all the bones and whatnot are principally made of calcium. But yes, it is indeed a metal, not a magnetic metal. No, indeed. You'll get that if you run a magnet over your milk. But well done if you did get that 3rd most abundant metal in the Earth's crust after iron and aluminium. Let's drain that puzzle, and we'll go right on to puzzle number 4. We are looking for a sport for 5. Official tournaments are held every 2 months, each lasting 15 days. Oh, very good. Very good. A lot of people getting in there. For 4 now, since 2004, the top division has been fixed at 42 competitors. For 3, referees carry a knife and are expected to offer their resignation if their decision is overturned. What culture does that remind you of? For 2, to win a match, you must force your opponent out of the ring or make them touch the ground with a part of their body other than the soles of their feet. Yeah, I'll tell you a bit more about that in a minute, Greedo. For 1 now, it's the national sport of Japan, the only country where it is practiced professionally. Apart from that one time they came to London and did it in the Albert Hall. Sumo wrestling is the answer. Yes, so Honbasho are the official tournaments held every 2 months. Makuchi is the top division. Twice. Oh, they've done it there twice. Oh, have they? Forgive me. His Grace is quite right. I must have missed the second one, or probably the first one. So it's really interesting. The referees carry the knives. They're expected to offer their resignation if the side judges overturn their decision. Now, the knife serves as a symbol of their readiness to commit ritual suicide, seppuku is what that's called in Japan, if their decision is overturned by the ringside judges. However, in modern times, if the judges overrule a referee's decision, he is expected to offer his resignation. A bit like a minister breaking the ministerial code, but of course, Boris Johnson saw that off. However, the Japan Sumo Association almost always rejects this resignation, and it functions more as a formal gesture of apology for a misjudgment. So it's one of those things, you apologise by resigning and having it not accepted, and it brings great shame.
What a shame.
What a shame. Oh, no, that one.
Shame.
It's that. You just sort of have to walk around the town square.
Shame.
In a sumo
Shame.
thong, having Hannah Waddingham ring a bell behind you. Sumo wrestling. So we did accept sumo as well. Well, the most players banking out some points there. Let's pop them into the bank. And reorder the board. With one puzzle to go in this round, Apodo, Ben, and Woollyback have a lead with 14. Let's take a look at our final puzzle, and we're looking for Animal for 5. It first appeared during the late Eocene epoch, about 37 million years ago. For 4, it is only native to the United States and China. All managing to come in for 4 here, very well done. For 3, it derives its name from the Spanish for the lizard, which may narrow it down a little bit. For 2, the majority of the American variety of this animal live in Florida and Louisiana, with over 1 million in each state. And for a single point, unlike crocodiles, the lower teeth of this animal fit into sockets in the upper jaw, leaving only its upper teeth visible when the mouth is closed. It's a gator, an alligator. We did accept gator there. Yes, only native to the US and China, which is an odd quirk of evolution because they're quite far apart, those countries. But yeah, it derives from the Spanish for the lizard. I believe is it an amphibian or is it a reptile? I think it's a reptile. So a lizard, of course, is a form of reptile. I don't think it's amphibious, even though it swims. But it is a reptile. Thank you, JR. I suppose that sort of makes sense where it comes from, the lizard. But yeah, if you see them, it's like, I don't know the difference between an alligator and a crocodile. If you see them side by side, it becomes very obvious very quickly. Well done if you got that one. Let's drain the puzzle. And that is the end of the round. At the end of that round, Apodo has got the lead with 17. Ben's in second with 16. And we got Woollyback, Stimpson, and Toot all tied up in third with 15 points apiece. It's been fast and furious. Lots of points have gone out. I hope you enjoyed our first bout of puzzles. Let's go on to round number 2. Silent Marine, welcome to the stream. And round 2 is all a blur. And in this round, you're going to be presented with a category and a blurred picture, which will gradually come into sharper focus. Faster you solve it, the more points you win. You will get a cryptic clue at the 2-point mark, which will help you along the way. And can I tell people the thing, JR? Can I tell people where these pictures came from? I was going to close my skylight light because it's making fuzziness on the green screen. At least I think that what's making fuzziness on the green screen. Yeah, that's better. Yes, okay. So all 5 of these pictures were photographed by JR when he went out for a walk when the sun came out. He went out to get some vitamin, whatever it is you get from the sun, B probably. The shirt that goes on forever, it does rather, doesn't it? JR left the house, achievement unlocked. And he took some pictures while he was out on his lovely walk in the sunshine last week when the sun was nice, or possibly the week before. And he's provided them in this round. So these are all real-life photographs from JR, which is nice. Did you get a good night guarantee with that? Why? Can we stop making that? Don't work for Premier in bed. I work with you. Come on. Sorry, Bungle. You're Bungle online, aren't you? My bad. No, and I do not get a good night guarantee. Let's go on to the puzzle. Let me clear my instructions at my end, and we'll look at the first one, and we'll, I know I'm wearing the colours of Premier Inn. I am going to go change my shirt at half-time if the morale does not improve. We're going to button it up to the top, as you see. Look, no logos. Right, puzzle number 1. It's all a blur. For 5 points, take a look. It's a brand. On camera, please. You're a very bad man, Clive. Yeah, to be fair, odd bets. Yeah, that's valid. For 4. Shirts will be removed if the morale does not improve, indeed so. For 3. For 2, with the cryptic clue, I have to G up my car whenever I'm going on a long drive. And for a single point. Is this your car, JR? I have to ask. It's a Peugeot. Yeah, Bass, let's not publicly denigrate the questions, even if it's meant in jest. That's not something we do here. Thank you very much, if it's all the same. It's indicated that it's an anagram by the fact that it's all in caps, for what it's worth. But it doesn't need to say that it's an anagram indicator. It's a cryptic clue, but we're not, going to that level. So yeah, just less of that in the chat, if you'd be so kind. Yeah, it's Peugeot, and JR saying, yes, I'm aware I need to wash my car. And so you heard it here first. JR drives a... Is it 206, JR? You're good, Bass. I can tell this photo isn't in fancy as it's not on fire. It is not a Peugeot 206. Well, it's a Peugeot all the same. So, off the tube... Yeah, you can check out the tube line closure quest if you like. That one I'll let you have from last stream. Right, well done if you got that. Let's drain the puzzle. And let's go on. Once we've cleared the puzzle out of the way. Another one. It's this. A plant. Oh, France. Tell this photo is in France as it's not on fire. Yeah, good point. For 4. This is blurred very nicely. Bear in mind, JL took this on a walk in somewhere in Hampshire. For 3. There's someone who's got it. For 2, I know it's about 6 months early, but this festive sprig is actually evergreen. And for 1. The holly and the ivy. Yeah, it's holly. Evergreen. You can just about make out the white berries, and yeah, that pixelated really well. But a very nice photograph of holly there, JR. Very, very, very nice. The plant holly. Not anyway. I mean, you might have. I'm going to move on before I say something stupid. Let's drain the puzzle. Well done if you got some points. Yeah, hi holly. Hope you're keeping well. Behave, Clive. On we go. Puzzle number 3. Fingers on devices. We're looking for a garden tool. For 5. For 4. For 3. Not calling a spade because that's not what this is, but this handheld tool also has varieties for plastering and bricklaying. And for 1. So at what point was this on your walk, JR? Did you just find a discarded trowel somewhere and you thought, I'm going to take a photo, or did you go into a garden centre So going to a garden, something very middle class about going into a garden centre to take a photo of the trowel where it's like 5 times the price of the same trowel on Amazon. But or was that in your back garden? JR's garden invasion adventure. Until you got home. Okay, fair enough. Suspiciously neatly lined up. Yeah, I'm very jealous. You've got a rattan. That's exciting. I'm more focused on the rattan than on the trowel. But yeah, so we obviously went into the garden, found the trowel, and put it on the rattan. So a trowel that's not had much use, evident. Do you not do a lot of gardening, JR? I'm turning the snark at you now. It's a trowel is what we're after. It's not a spade. It's like a little spade. It's about yay big. No one goes to the garden centre. They go there for the cake and the Christmas. That's a good point, Brig. It's the only thing I've ever bought from a garden centre is Christmas decorations. A rat. That's a rat. It's sitting on a rattan. It's like a chair that's made of weaved shit that you sit on in the summer, and you can leave it in the rain, and the rain just drips through. That's a rattan, probably. Let's drain the puzzle. Well done if you got that right. Draw me like your French trowel. So better than your French towel. Let's have another one. Fingers on devices. We're looking for a company logo. Well, the name of the company. For 5. For 4. 3. For 2, I have no idea why there was a Welsh van at my local depot, but I'm sure at some point it was indeed carrying the post. Was that because it's in Welsh bungle? For 1. Cymru and Biff indeed. It's Royal Mail, is what I wanted. Yes, or Post Brenhinol. Oh, you put the other. You put the other name. Yeah, we didn't accept that for some reason because it was sort of there already. Some blue pixels. Yeah, I don't know where they came from. It's the pixels have just come in with some blue. They found blue from somewhere. Maybe it's the line in between the 2 panels on the van. Yeah, there's Royal Mail. We don't know why there was a Welsh Royal Mail van in Hampshire, but one of the graphics version of Origins, yeah, basically that. But there we go, yeah, that's what it is in Welsh. Post Brenhinol, and that's what the Royal Mail logo is. Let's drain the puzzle. One more for you in this second round of all being a blur. And we're looking for, almost coming full circle, a vehicle for 5. It's not JR's Peugeot Not 206. I'll tell you that for nothing. So, yeah, someone has still tried a Peugeot. It's not, I promise it's not a Peugeot, for 4. JR saw this on his walk. For 3. Just say what you see. What did JR see on his walk? For 2, I found this wonderful flying machine at an air museum. Be careful of the rotor. Thunderbird 2. It does look not unlike Thunderbird 2 if it had rotors. As ever, I think ukuleles may possibly be AFK. There's a sea of green from everybody else. That's a helicopter. Yeah, so JR went to an air museum that he presumably had not been to before. He owns a house, a big garden, and a helicopter. Confirmed. Yeah, Sam's mocking me for having multiple properties. JR's got a freaking helicopter in his backyard. What he does for a living. Yeah. And a purple shirt. Yeah, he's got a purple shirt as well. He doesn't have a purple shirt. JR, I imagine in my mind JR wears exclusively black. I don't know why. 5 minutes down the road. That's all. But was that 5 minutes down the road by helicopter, by Peugeot, or on foot? I'm assuming on foot because you're on your walk. Very exciting. Lovely pictures there. Thank you for sharing your walk with us, JR. It's been a most enlightening experience. That is the end of the puzzle and the end of the round. Let's drain it out and check out the scores. Well, my. In third place at the moment is Toot with 29. We've got a 3-way in second between Dalton, Kohler and Woollyback, all with 30 points. But a full 5 points ahead after just 2 rounds with 35. Ben is at the top with 35 in that gold spot. With 35 points, Ben has got 35. Why did you say the same thing twice, Egypt? Anyway, sorry, I'm waffling. I am also surprised at this. Hey, don't second guess it. Go with it. Keep with that flow, Ben. You are up at the top. You're only 15 points shy of the maximum. We've got more quiz to go. Let's move on to round number 3. It could be the shirt. It's probably the shirt, isn't it? I think people secretly like the shirt. Makes me look like a Premier Inn employee. Any other name is round 3. In this round, you're going to be presented with 5 clues, no category this time. All of the clues will be different descriptions of the same word or phrase. Thank you, Saphira. I like this shirt. It's probably one of my favourite shirts. It pops nicely. Faster you solve it, the more points you win, but of course no category because you could have 5 different categories of thing, depending what exactly it is we're trying to describe. This quiz is sponsored by Premier Inn. No, it's not. Can you imagine if I got a sponsorship from Premier Inn? I had to play a Premier Inn advert. God, that'd be the worst, wouldn't it? Right, on we go. Any other name? Puzzle number 1. Here we go for 5. The French term for a Dutch sailing vessel designed for cargo transport. Oh, I'd love to get Lenny Henry in as a guest host. That'd be awesome. Before, a groove that corkscrews upward along the length of a drill or milling bit. Well done, Alexander. For 3, Pedro Eustache prompted social media reactions of hashtag blank guy after his performance with this instrument at the Game Awards 2022. For 2, a form of champagne glass with a tall, tapered, conical shape. And for a single point, The Magic Blank, a Mozart opera in 2 acts. Scott Cat, welcome to the stream. Thank you for that raid message suggestion contribution. It's flute. That's what one of those looks like. That's a particularly fancy version. I got this with a bottle of Fresnay. It came, yeah, so it's like got a ribbed edge. It makes it extra pleasurable when you drink it. Ooh, that's getting a bit dangerous. Yes, the Magic Flute, Die Zauberflöte, which is the Mozart opera with written in 1790, I think, with libretto by Emanuel Schikaneder. These are the things that I know. I haven't got any other information other than that's a champagne flute. Woo and yay. Let's drain the puzzle and move on rapidly to puzzle number 2. What are we talking about here? Here's your first clue for 5. Type of routing used by the Tor browser. Wow, okay. I thought that clue was going to be a lot harder than it was. Lots of people getting 5. For 4, an alien mothership in the Pikmin series. This is where everyone else gets it. For 3, satirical site with the slogan, America's finest news source. This was much easier than I thought it was going to be. Well, certainly lots of people seem to be getting it right. For 2, Shrek asserts that ogres are like this in the original film. And for a single point, along with carrot and celery, a vegetable that is an ingredient in mirepoix. Or mirepoix. It's onion! The onion came up on Thursday in front page. I did include an article from The Onion. ACNH made me... I don't know what any of these things are. Apparently, I'm not as perpetually online as I thought I was. Very well done. A lot of people getting that for 5. Very well done. That is The Onion. Let's drain the puzzle and go on to our next one. Fingers on devices. Here's our next clue. Oh, video game music. I know a little bit about that. For 5. A short, heavyset type of horse. Quite as easy there. For 4, a building material for making walls using compacted clay, sand and straw. For 3, a term for a round bread roll commonly used in the English Midlands. All the people from the Midlands getting this one. Everyone else is like, what? For 2, an adult male swan. Or a male adult swan. For a single point, the core of an ear of corn on which the kernels grow. Kernels grow. That's a cob. And I was very surprised when I moved to West Sussex, aged 18, and I was talking about a chip cob. No one had a clue what I was talking about. Apparently it's a very colloquial Midlands term for a bread roll. And I started dating a girl who was from Derby, which is just up the road from Burton, where I grew up in my second year of uni. And she was the only person I'd met since I moved to Chichester who knew what a cob was. It was very exciting. We bonded over that, basically, is all I can say. We didn't date very long. Anyway, That's about me telling you about my university dating life. Cob is the answer. Corn on the cob. Cob is a male adult swan, and a cob is what they call a bread roll in the Midlands. Chip butty, we have those as well. Chip butty, or you could have chip cob, was also a thing though. Or a ham cob. Yeah, it just seems cob is it's bap. Well, I think this says a lot about where you're from. If you call it a bread roll, some people call it a ban cake, I think, and there's scone, butty, cob. All of these are different words that mean the same thing, but it sort of speaks to which part of the country that you're from. Barm cake, that's what I was after. Thank you, Prudes. Yeah, it is a bread roll. I've come around to the bread roll way of thinking now. Let's drain the puzzle and move on. So the most controversial moment of the stream is what we call the thing that we put ham and cheese in for lunch. Let's go to puzzle number 4. Take a look at this. For 5. A premium brand of cigarettes introduced in 1955, sold by British American Tobacco. A lot of people guessing the same wrong answer there. For 4, a style of modern house dance originating in the late 1980s. Yeah, it's not camel. For 3, the stage name used by Suzanne Cox in the original series of Gladiators. Definitely not camel. You can imagine a gladiator called Camel. That'd be very funny. Only Vertigo getting it so far for 2 now. A 1990 song by Madonna inspired by the dance. That's where most of us are getting it. For a single point, fashion magazine published by Condé Nast with 28 international editions as of March 2025. Vogue is the answer. Introducing the newest gladiator, Camel. Yes, and she's going to be facing a camel! And then it just comes out and just spits all over the stage, or, you know, or hump. Can you imagine a camel getting into, like, the spandex, the gladiator's spandex, with its hump? They have to get someone specially made to accommodate its hump. Unless they get one that didn't have a hump. You do get those humpless camels. There's a gladiator called Benson and Edges. Bungle, remember when the last series we we had the thing when what's it, the first series of Gladiators? Well, because obviously we do the software for Gladiators at work. We the list, yeah, the list. We just had a thing. It just went on for hours and hours. We were just suggesting names for gladiators. And Bungle is going to source the list, and he will share some of them with you. That was a very funny day at work. It was made nicer by the fact that, oh, we got the pitch for gladiators. What fun. Anyway, let's drain the puzzle. We've got one more in this round of any other name. Fingers on devices. Here we go. For 5. In sailing, to lean over in reaction to wind force on the sails. No one there. For 4, the neck joint of an acoustic guitar. I'd say this is not something I knew. A couple of others do seem to. Cola and Toop take the lead, but for how long? For 3, a bad guy in professional wrestling. A few people getting it from that. He's up against the cock-end! Very good. For 2, a dog obedience training command. Something that Dexter has not got the hang of. For a single point, the back end of the foot or the part of a shoe designed to support it. Heel, that is the heel. So yeah, so you say heel if you want the dog to follow at heel. It's one of the only ones Dexter can't do. He can do high five, he can do sit, he can do lie down, he can do spin, he can do middle, he can do finish. But he can't do heel. He's never got the hang of heel. A bad guy in professional wrestling, they refer to the heel as sort of like the run of professional wrestling, if you will, sort of the antagonist, if you like. Yeah, the neck joint of an acoustic guitar. I didn't know that. It's called the heel. And in sailing, I wouldn't know anything. I mean, the church I play at is in a sailing village, and by all accounts, I'm the only person in the congregation who doesn't sail. I hate sailing. Love kayaking, hate sailing. So I wouldn't have known that. But yes, of course, the back end of the foot and the part of the shoe is the heel of the foot. Very well done. If you got some points out of that, let's drain the puzzle, and this is really hotting up now. We've got a three-way at the top. Ben, Cola, and Toot all on 46 with just 2 rounds to go. Sam's in second with 43. Dalton currently in third with 42. But it's a close run thing. We've got Clive on 41, Nando on 40, Shapes on 39, all within spitting distance. Apodo and Silver Electron all within 1 question of third place. So still a lot to play for as we move on to round 4. It's the clue chain, and in this round you're going to be presented with a category and a single word or phrase that will gradually have more letters added to it. The faster you solve it, the more points you win, and in this round your spelling must be exact. Make use of the crossword clues, which do show on your devices. I don't think they show on broadcast, or it might be the other way around, but there's a crossword clue, and obviously you've got the exact blanks and, you know, there, so spelling has got to be exact, so make sure you use the crossword clues and double check before you hit enter. Again, if you've got half an idea, it might be worth a guess, it might be right, you never know, but you, thank you, Ben. So, some potential gladiator names. It's just sent me the whole list, unredacted. Schlong. I'll give you 3 for now. Schlong, Asbo, and Attractor. They're great gladiator names. Right, to our first one. Fingers on devices for 5 points. We are looking for a poem for 5. A parcel force. You getting it from that for 4. Schlong, Asbo, and Attractor. Very good. Welcome to the stream, Riff. Hope you're keeping well, my dude. For 3. Halfords. For 2. It's all a bit quiet. For 1 now. Not saying that one. Not saying that one, Bungle. Dolce e Decorum S. Ask a Run. He knows everything about this poem. Those who were here on Thursday, this came up as a question in the drain, where the question started, Dolce e Decorum S, at which point Arun immediately buzzed and said Wilfred Owen, which was marked wrong because the question continued, Dolce e Decorum Est by Wilfred Owen. It was... I'd be obsessed with... I'm not obsessed with you, not remotely. Clive knows even more about Dolce e Decorum Est because Clive, who got the question right, knows it was written in World War One. Yeah, we studied this at GCSE. Dolce e Decorum Est pro Pretoria Mori or something like that. Translates to, it is sweet and fitting to die for one's country. Wilfred Owen wrote an awful lot of war poems, and that is one of the better ones. If you haven't read it, I do encourage you to go, maybe not just now, but do go away and have a read of it. It's good stuff, very powerful. Well then, if you got that, let's drain the puzzle. And move on to our next one. We're looking for a logical fallacy. We know a tier list. Is that sacrilege? For 5. 4. Well done, Sugar. Well done, Bass. Brisbane, Green Day, Clive. CJ for 3 now. For 2. Run absolutely furious at this moment. For 1. No true Scotsman. I'm remaining calm and level-headed. No true Scotsman. I didn't understand this. I had to get JR to explain it to me. But no true Scotsman is a fallacy, aka moving the goalposts, where a general statement is made disproven and then the statement is made more specific. The example that JR gave me was no Scotsman eats oats. And then I said, well, my Uncle Arthur eats oats and he's Scottish. And then they say, correction, no true Scotsman eats oats. That's sort of the derivation of where it comes from. So it's a logical fallacy. Men who let you look under the kilts. The wedding I was at today, there was a man wearing a kilt. I've learned to avoid asking that question. Apparently it's considered bad manners. So I learned to. I've never asked that question, but I do know what they say about a Scotsman and his kilt. Let's drain that puzzle. We've got a new leader. Toot into the top spot with 54. Ben and Cola tied up with 51. in second. Clive Dalton and Sam tied in third with 49. Let's go to our next puzzle. We're looking for a tabletop game for 5. For 4. Well done. Well done, you two. Good pun. You 3. For 3 points now. Oh, that's mean. I mean, you've got the of. You're working out from there. Something of something. For 2. Something of natter. What is it, natter? For 1. I'm not going to read that as it's read there. It's Dead of Winter. The W-I. The W-I we're missing. The W-I, the Dead of Munter. Well, I'm dead, says Natter. That's what I'm thinking. It looks like it's the death of Natter. I really hope it's not. It's that would not be very pog for stream. I'm glad you're still with us, Natter, for what it's worth. Dead of Winter is a tabletop game which I've never played, and RNG slightly trolling us with the way it's removed the letters there. Yes, there we go. Well done. If you did get some points there, let's drain that puzzle. Where has the WI gone? They're off singing Jerusalem somewhere, no doubt. 2 more in this round. We'll go to number 4. And despite now, very often when you get a category that's got 2 bits of information to it, you need to provide 2 bits of information separated with an and. Okay, does that make sense? So if it might say a book and author, and you'd have to say War and Peace and Leo Tolstoy. Normally that's the convention. Here, you have got that as the category, but you don't have an and in the answer, for reasons that I hope will become clear in about 45 seconds. Fingers on devices. Puzzle number 4 is a novel and film adaptation for 5. Well done, you 2. You 3 for 4 now. Slightly longer one to type, I do appreciate. Well, that poll is incorrect. Can we do it again, please, Lewis? Scone rhymes with gone. For 2. So it's often the problem with Green Day when you've got slightly longer ones to type. Single point available now. Is it the girl with the deacon tattoo? It's the girl with the dragon tattoo. Double categories because of course, the novel and the film adaptation is the same name. Multiple film adaptations, I believe. One with Rooney Mara and Daniel Craig, and one in another language, neither of which I've seen. But I misinterpreted that category majority. Did you really, Aaron? What did you say? Let me go and look at your log. I am painting the... Oh, you only guessed that eventually. You're just having a little think about it. I am painting the picture that I am obsessed with you tonight. I've referenced you a couple of... I'm going to try and ignore you now, Aaron. It's not that you're featuring in a video at half-time or anything. Let's drain the puzzle. 1 more in this round, and we are looking for a song title for 5. Pen 8 a run est. Indeed so. Well done, a photo. For 4 now. Oh, a lot of people getting it from that. Oh, it's the first word, isn't it? For 3. Yeah, it's the opposite end of RNG. It's helpful RNG there. For 2. And for 1. Picture yourself in a boat on a river with tangerine trees and marshmallow skies. No, marmalade skies. It's marshmallow pies later on. Somebody calls you, you answer quite slowly. It's the Beatles, it's overrated, but yeah, Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds. They're overrated. That is one of their better songs. Well, I think I like it because Elton John covered it. Although I think I heard that before I heard the original, and then I begrudgingly listened to the original and said, yeah, maybe the original is better. It is nonsense. Although I've written in the notes here, my editor notes, it's absolutely nothing to do with LSD. They thought it was, for the longest time, because of the initials, Lucy, Sky, Diamond. It was a coded message to say, yeah, we're all high on LSD, and actually it's absolutely nothing to do with that. It's the story goes, if I can remember this, so I don't have this in my notes. Julian Lennon, John Lennon's son, came home from school one day and had drawn a picture, and John went, "Oh, who's that then?" Except with a Scouse accent. And Julian went, "It's Lucy in the sky with diamonds." He had a friend at school called Lucy, and he'd drawn a picture of her in the sky, which he thought looked like diamonds, so it's Lucy in the sky with diamonds. And John went, "Oh, that's a good one. Let's put that up on the fridge." Then they made millions and millions and millions of pounds. There was an interview on The Rest is Entertainment with Paul McCartney a couple of weeks ago, which was genuinely quite interesting. I implore everyone to go and have a listen to it. But yeah, that's a genuine story of where Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds came from, rather than anything to do with LSD. Well then, if you've got that, let's drain the puzzle and let's check in with the scores. We've got one round to go, and currently in third place, it is a clear-cut thing. Clive in third with 59, Ben's in second with 60, Toot just ahead with 63 has the top spot, but there are still 25 points up for grabs in this final round. Is Toot going to capitalise on that lead, or is he going to drop the ball at the last minute? Let's go to our final round, which is the content filter. And in this round, you're going to be presented with a category of 5 shorter clues, all of which will be contained within or connected to the answer. Faster you solve it, the more points you win. Very similar to round number 1, except your clues are going to be significantly more condensed rather than being continuous prose. So let's see what you make of this. Fingers on devices, everybody. Here is our first content filter puzzle. It's celebrity spouses for 5. Mike Todd, 1957 to... that should probably be 1958. Apologies, that snuck through the proofing process. 1957 to 1598. He was actually Benjamin Button. For 4, Michael Wilding, 1952 to 1957. Yes, he's a Time Lord. Secretly what it was. Mike Todd was a Time Lord. For 3, Larry Fortensky, 1991 to 1996. For 2, Conrad Hilton Jr., 1950 to 1951. And for a single point, Richard Burton, 1964 to 1974 and 1975 to 1976. Liz Taylor was the answer. Yes, Liz Taylor famously, I think it was 7 husbands, 8 husbands, including Richard Burton twice. They divorced in 1974, then remarried in 1975, then re-divorced in 1976. No, it didn't take Liz Taylor. It took Elizabeth Taylor, or it took Taylor. We didn't put Liz Taylor down as an alt, sadly. Going with the convention that if you just type the surname, it's good enough, rather than having every alt of forename as well. Apologies for that, Sam, that you've not had Liz Taylor condoned. When did you say Liz Taylor, Sam? At 5. So Sam is owed an extra point. All right? Sam is owed an extra point. We'll keep that in mind. I may not be able to add it on, but morally, I've checked the log. He did say Liz Taylor at 5. Would have got 5 for that. Let's see if it would have made a difference. It's not going to actually make a difference, but let's see if it would have done, because that'll infuriate him. Next puzzle, 4-5. We're looking for at author. The Light That Failed. For 4, Plain Tales from the Hills. For 3, Just So Stories for Little Children. That's the key for most people there. For 2, If. If minus. And for 1, The Jungle Book. Rudyard Kipling is the answer, and JR's remarked here, exceedingly good books. Pain. Yes, indeed. Rudyard Kipling, famous for his books and his cakes. I wrote The Jungle Book, If, Just So Stories, Plain Tales from the Hills was his first collection of short stories. The Light That Failed was his first novel, incidentally, if you hadn't heard of that one. If is perhaps one of his most famous poems, or If minus, as I'm going to insist upon calling it. Let's change the puzzle and go on to puzzle number 3. We're looking for a fruit for 5. Winter banana. For 4, Rubinette. Thought we'd get away with no one saying banana. A couple of people said banana. For 3, Fuji. For 2, Gala. And for a single point, Granny Smith.
Fruity, 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 fruity.
They're all apples, so they are. Very, very fruity. Yeah, the winter banana apple has got quite waxy skin. I didn't go into detail as to why they've named it after another fruit. At least a couple of people did attempt banana. I applaud your cojones, but no, that was not the right answer. Very well done. If you got apple from those clues, let's drain the puzzle. I prefer a pink lady apple. Pink ladies or jazz are okay, but if I'm gonna pick one, it'll be a pink lady. They sell really nice ones down at the grocers down the road. Right, puzzle number 4. Fingers on devices. We're looking for the franchise from the film's antagonists. For 5, Mason the Line Dixon. We're looking for the name of the franchise. For 4, Tommy the Machine Gun. For 3, James Clubber Lang. For 2, Ivan Drago in massive font. Any particular sort of yogurt rack? I mean, can you dip it in like strawberry yogurt? Or just like Greek yogurt? For 1, Apollo Creed. They were from the Rocky franchise. Yes, the Mason the Line Dixon is from Rocky Balboa, the 6th film, portrayed by Antonio Tarver. Tommy the Machine Gun was played by Tommy Morrison in Rocky 5. James Clubber Lang was played by Mr. T in Rocky 3. Ivan Drago was played by Dolph Lundgren in Rocky 4. I think he's the if he dies, he dies character. I've never seen Rocky, so I can't be sure. And Apollo Creed was played by Carl Weathers in Rocky and Rocky 2. Also a supporting character in Rocky 2 and Rocky 4. That might be to say Rocky 3. Yes, that's him. Good. And yes, we're looking for the franchise there. We did accept Rocky Balboa. We wouldn't, if you put Rocky 2, it probably wouldn't have got through the spell checker. So let's drain that puzzle. And Sam currently in 3rd place. Ben and Clive tied in 2nd. Toot in front with 82. Toot secured the gold with only 1 puzzle to go. Is Sam going to be denied a medal? If Ben and Clive split, then yeah, this could be interesting. Or maybe Cola's going to be denied a medal if Sam had an extra point and tied up the silver. Let's take a look. Our final puzzle tonight, we are looking for a musical. For 5, My Name. You do like Shakespeare. You've shared a lot of medals recently, haven't you, BC? 2 on Thursday, I think. For 4, That's Your Funeral. For 3, Boy for Sale. Well, the top 4 getting 3, so it's made no odds. For 2, Reviewing the Situation. More sharing. Sharing is caring. And for a single point, Food, Glorious Food. That's from Oliver by Lionel Bart. We did accept Oliver Twist, even though that's the name of the novel, not the musical. So not all of those are in the film version. And JR and I had many conversations. Well, we had a short conversation about it. So I said to him, I have opinions about this, having starred in it twice and conducted it probably at some point. So My Name is a lesser-known song by Bill Sykes, who's strong men tremble when they hear it. I did this when I was about 16. And the guy who played Bill Sykes wasn't a smoker, but before he did that song, he used to go outside the side of the theatre and have a cigar or a cigarette to get, as you got gravel in his voice. It was a very Amdram production, but yeah, it's always stuck with me. That's Your Funeral, sung by not Mr. Sowbury, whoever the funeral director is. His name I can't remember. I don't think this song is funny. That's your funeral. That's your funeral. Boy for Sale, which is just before That's Your Funeral. One boy for sale is going cheap, sung by Harry Seacombe. Was it Harry Seacombe who was Mr. Bumble in the film version? Reviewing the situation, of course. I'm reviewing the situation. Can a fella be a villain all his life? Or the trials and tribulations? Better settle down and get myself a wife. And a wife would cook and sew for me and come for me and go for me and go for me and nag at me. The fingers she would wag at me. The money she would take from me. A misery she'd make from me. I think I'd better think it out again. Yes, and thank you to JR for prompting me, reminding me of how good that song is. I'm now singing it at a concert this summer. So yes, reviews, and of course, food, glorious food, hot sausage and mustard. Sorry. Anyway, that's a whole of it. You don't need to see it now. If you've not seen it, you don't need to. I've just given you the overview. Let's drain that puzzle, and at the end of the quiz, Sam is denied a silver medal, which means Cola's technically denied a bronze medal. How do I want to do that? I'm going to let the scores ride, I think. I mean, Sam should technically get a silver. I could give Cola a bronze. Maybe I'll do that in post. I'll give Cola a bronze medal. No, we'll do that in post. I'll give Cola a bronze medal. Yeah, because he did say Liz Taylor. The intention was there. We should have accepted Liz Taylor, so Sam would have had an extra point. So, Cola, you get a bronze medal with 74 points. It's a three-way silver between Sam, Clive and Ben, each with 78 points, or 78 and 77 with an honorary 1. But with a 7-point clearance at the end, taking the gold tonight, 85 points. Tonight's winner of Data Leak is Toot. No, I like the music for Oliver. I think Oliver's actually got some real bangers in it. I have a real soft spot in my heart for it. A real affection for that show. It's really good. Good game, everyone. Good quiz. I hope you all had fun with that. JR, great questions there. That was a huge amount of fun to host. And I hope you had a huge amount of fun playing it as well. I hope you had a huge amount of fun writing it. Oh, hang on. There's a sidebars happening in the Discord. Go join the Discord. Go find out what the sidebar's all about. Some people have gone off for a private sidebar, which is good yarn. But yes, do come join the Discord. Now, I'll be playing a little video clip in just a moment, just to get you up to speed on where we're at with the drain, because we did resolve heat number 9. Full disclosure, just before I do the credits, there was an answer given by a run on Thursday night's heat, which I condoned. Upon consultation with the adjudication team afterwards, it was ruled that I probably shouldn't have condoned that answer, and it was a bad ruling. So we restaged the game. We sought the blessing from both the players involved. Clive at that point had already qualified, and Arun and Dalton came back to a private game this afternoon. We reset up the exact situation. We replayed it out. Arun was victorious, but just for posterity, I'm going to show you that clip before we go to a break, just so that you're all up to speed. And then we will be going into Crossfire, which I will leave in the very capable hands of Emily and her laser gun. Some of you will be killed, but that is the sacrifice I and she are prepared to make. Very many thanks to BC for this question pack and to Stimson for proofing it. And when I return after the break, we will be playing The Abyss as written by Arun, again proofed by me. So still plenty of quiz to come this game night. I do hope you will stick around for even more fun. Thank you once again to JR for the questions right there. I hope you enjoyed them. It was a great pleasure to proof, and it was a lot of fun to host as well. So stick around. Even more game night coming up. Even more quiz coming up when game night returns in just a few minutes' time. I'll see you then. Right, here's some music, and here's a bonus. JR sprung a leak. Claim that. Type that for 86 pennies. Brief adverts coming up. Then we'll have the update on the drain before Crossfire with Emily, as written by BC and proofed by Stimson. And when I return in about 20 minutes' time, we will be playing The Abyss, as written by A Run. I do hope you will come and join us for it. Even more quiz to look forward to this Saturday night. Don't touch that dial. We'll be right back. So, here we are, restaging this portion of the match. Just to confirm, Clive had already qualified at this point. Arun was down to 82 in his podium. Dalton was down to 0. There was 218 in the accumulator pot, and we are 10 questions deep, and so the drain rate is set to just that. In a moment, I'm going to continue the game. Both players will be live. I wish you both the very best of luck. Let's play.
Thank you.
Billie Jean and Thriller were Arun.
Michael Jackson.
Correct.
And that's that.
That's that. That's all it took.
Not the music one.
I was going to say, I just did the
From the
RNG.
1980s.
It's just the regular algorithm, so it's sort of somewhat appropriate that there's another music question. Wouldn't it have been really bad if that had been Billie Jean and Thriller were hits from Michael Jackson from which album? That would have been
From the 1980s once again. Yeah.
yeah, it could have been.
Yeah.
I mean, that is spooky. I genuinely did not plan it like that, but
Oh man, I should have just buzzed sooner. I made the connection to Michael Jackson almost immediately, and it was like, I've seen what happens when someone buzzes early. I need to make sure I actually have the right question in mind here.
Yeah.
And yeah, that bit me in the ass.
well, it is as was in the original heat, but I hope that both of you and everybody who's watching at home feels like the right decision has been made and we have rectified it as best we can. It ultimately means the same result, and so the result of the initial heat will stand. Arun, it's going to be 10 points for you. Clive will have gotten 7, and Dalton, you are going to take away 5. I will update the table and post it in the Discord. And Arun, we will see you in the semis. Clive will see you in the semis. Dalton, we may see you in the semis as well.
Right. Cheers for this.
Thanks very much.
Cheerio.
Peggy 18.
Actually, this game has not been rated by Peggy, but it does contain graphic violence and probably shouldn't be played by anybody. It's been a long time. I'd almost wondered if you'd forgotten all about me. Still, I am now here and ready to test you once again. Once at least 12 of you have joined the lobby, we will begin the testing process. At the end, 1 of you will have cake. However, 11 of you will be baked into a cake. Which is not a lie. Please stand by whilst I ruminate on who will join the process. Narika has joined the process. Puzzle Eden has joined the process. Proogs has joined the process. Clemen has joined the process. Feds has joined the process. Brig has joined the process. Silver Electron has joined the process. Maxio68 has joined the process. Sniped Wolf has joined the process. Riff has joined the process. Cola has joined the process. Base has joined the process. You will face 11 multiple choice questions. Answer on your devices. One player who answers incorrectly will be eliminated at random. In the event all players are correct, everybody is up for elimination. I have decided that it is far more fun for me if you don't know your fate until after it has happened. Therefore, I will not tell you the answer, nor whether you were correct until after elimination has taken place. Isn't this fun? For every correct answer, you will receive 50 pennies. The player who survives the process will receive an additional 500 pennies. Good luck. Get ready for the question. 10 seconds. 5 seconds. Time. The correct answer was, happened in that year. 2 out of 12 players were incorrect. I fear that will leave a permanent mark, Fetz. What a shame.
What a shame.
Get ready for the question. 10 seconds. 5 seconds. Time. The correct answer was, happened later. 2 out of 11 players were incorrect. The experimental reduction to atoms program was a complete success. Please enjoy the experience, Puzzle Eden. Get ready for the question. 10 seconds. 5 seconds. Time. The correct answer was, happened in that year. 9 out of 10 players were incorrect. Thank you, Brig, for volunteering to test the targeting system. You will be pleased to know that it still works. Get ready for the question. 10 seconds. 5 seconds. Time. The correct answer was, never happened. 5 out of 9 players were incorrect. What is human, had 2 legs and dies when shot with a laser? Base. Ha, ha, ha. Get ready for the question. Ten seconds. 5 seconds. Time. The correct answer was, happened in that year. 5 out of 8 players were incorrect. Maxio 68 had to leave us. They will be missed. Get ready for the question. Ten seconds. 5 seconds. Time. The correct answer was, happened earlier. 3 out of 7 players were incorrect. You appear to have gotten some brains on the carpet riff. We will be billing your estate in the fullness of time. Get ready for the question. Ten seconds. 5 seconds. Time. The correct answer was, never happened. 3 out of 6 players were incorrect. It turns out safety mode was disengaged. Apologies for the confusion, Proogs. Get ready for the question. Ten seconds. 5 seconds. Time. The correct answer was, never happened. 4 out of 5 players were incorrect. So that's what silver electron would look like if they were turned inside out. Good to know. Get ready for the question. "10 seconds. 5 seconds. Time. The correct answer was, happened later. 1 out of 4 players were incorrect. Let us have a moment of silence for our fallen comrade Sniped Wolf. Thank you for the respectful moment of silence. Get ready for the question. "10 seconds. 5 seconds. Time. The correct answer was, happened later. 2 out of 3 players were incorrect. Clement just lost £150 in 1 second. Congratulations. Get ready for the question. "10 seconds. 5 seconds. Time. The correct answer was, never happened. 1 out of 2 players were incorrect. This process can really take it out of you. Naraka knows that for sure. Congratulations to Cola, you have survived the process and been awarded 500 pennies. Many thanks as well to BC 2014 for providing the trivia for this evening's process. I will now resume my hibernation and hope to be brought back out again soon. Goodbye.
What a shame.
Welcome back to the second part of this evening's game night, where it's time for the Abyss. XF, j'other suckers, is the room code you need. Do come and join the game. Universe controller's right there. Room code is there. Another lottery needs paying out. Alexander the Her, veal success. 392. Oh dear, that warrants that.
What a shame.
What a shame. Very many thanks to BC for those Crossfire questions right there. Hope you have fun with them. It's a very interesting concept. Apologies. I really thought I'd added the respecting answer order logic to it. It's possible I wrote it and then didn't rebuild the software. I think that's probably more likely, because I seem to remember doing it. But obviously I didn't do it well enough. So that will be fixed next time. So I know BC intended for those answers to be in the same place every time. So I remember we had a conversation about it, actually, didn't we, PC? I said, yes, I've done that, and then evidently didn't. So I'll actually check that I have done that in the near future. Quick bit of continuity for y'all. I'm back twice next week, Thursday the 11th of June. We have got next Heat of the Drain, Heat number 10 of the Drain. And we've got The Escape Artist by John. That is going to be coming in on Thursday the 11th of June. There might be something spontaneous. Depends if I manage to get any work done on Picture This week. It'd be good to give that another test run if I can make any more headway with it. If you're just here at the weekend, next Saturday, it's a much more light-hearted affair than, well, tonight's been half light-hearted. The Abyss is quite serious. So, but next Saturday, we have got Distinction by Stimpson. The Drain Heat number 11 in the middle, and then Red Herrings by Riff Raccoon. So Distinction and Red Herrings are two main feature games. They're going to be quite light-hearted next weekend. So do pop along for that. Twitch.tv/royal_flush. Don't forget, if you're watching on the VOD, like and subscribe on YouTube. You go and check out the VOD channel. You can catch up on any episode of Game Night going right the way back to Season 1. Do go and check out some past quiz and see if the questions are still accurate. In the meanwhile, do come and join the Discord. I've had quite a few raid messages come in already. I've filtered some of them out. And incidentally, Maxio, Silver Electron, CJ and Poker, welcome to the stream. You can check your pennies over at PersephoneyChat.com/pennybank with capital P and capital B, because I'm a terrible web programmer. Meanwhile, elsewhere in the world, Ash is here next week on Wednesday and Friday. Let me give him a little plug. 80_Bash, Wednesday and Friday, 8 p.m. Next week, Wednesday, June the 10th, he has got Turnabout, The Million Duke Drop, and H, which is Hive Minds. It's a game, but with hexagons, anyway, beginning with H. So look forward to that on Wednesday. No, not Lucky 13th, no. And on the Friday, he's got Unity. No, that's Quiz Cubed, isn't it? It looks like the Unity logo. Quiz Cubed, Relativity, and All Clued Up. That's on the 12th of June with Ash next week. So do go give him a follow. Other plugs that I want to do tonight. My friend HUD601. Oh, I've got to wait a minute and a half before I can shout him out, but I can do it that way, I suppose, can't I? Ye olde shout out. HUD601 is in the middle of, well, he's not in the middle, he's quite near the start of his June Pride Month. Every June he does a series of streams which are all for charity. People over in his community are astonishingly generous, and he raises thousands and thousands of pounds for his local charity Bristol Pride. As with every year, we are doing a collab stream. We do every year a Bristol Pride collab stream where I'll feature on his channel and then we raid into mine and he features on mine. That this year is going to be Saturday the 20th of June. So that's about 3 weeks from now. No, it's not. It's 2 weeks from now. It's 2 weeks today, in fact. We're doing something very special over on his channel, and then we'll be having the usual quiz content, but there might be a slight Sonic-y spin on it, and I'll have Huds here as my pointless friend. So that's in 2 weeks, and he's saying all the money that he raises this month on his channel, various donations, as well as his subs and bits and all the rest of it, all go to his local Pride charity. So it's a really good cause, and I'm looking forward to working with him again, as we do every year. He's a great guy, and can I shout him out properly now? Have I prattled on enough? Let's find out. 3 seconds. 2, 1. Now I can shout him out. There we go. So do go and give Huds a follow as well, in anticipation of our collab stream in 2 weeks' time. Also, there is no question in my mind about who we're raiding tonight, because what's going on today, and I know one or two have probably come over from there. I'm very grateful that you have done so. But it is the 24-hour game show marathon this weekend. This is something that I know 8 Minky and Toad Boy and Buzzer Bob and Corey and Dev, friends, big friends of the community, and David Bodycombe, I know, who's a friend of the community as well, has written some questions. This is something they do every year, raising money for, the charity name's gone out of my head now. Someone's going to tell me in chat before I can actually go and look it up. Child's Play. They're raising money for Child's Play this year. So, and they're live right now. Bob looks like he's hosting something. But obviously, as we do every year, we're going to go raid into them later on. That's going to be our raid at the end of the stream. So I do want to give you some love. If you're not aware of them and you've not been following them, do stick around for the raid. We'll go share some love because they do some amazing work. And they've done it every year for, I mean, they've been doing it longer than I've been doing this. So we'll go and... I think that's about right, Green Day. It looks about right. We're going to raid into them later on. And if you're not around for the raid, I just want to give them a plug in case you happen to come across them later on. I think start about 3 o'clock this afternoon. So they've got quite a way to go. So we'll go and show them some support later on. That is all the continuity. So let's get on with the game. Now, this is The Abyss. This is written by Arun. This was delayed from a few weeks ago. I know Arun got tied up with IRL stuff, and we had to delay his pack. We were fortunate that Shadowmane was able to... Shadowmane had his pack in a bit early, so we were able to do a bit of a switcheroo. So very, very grateful for Arun. He has finished off his pack, and we're now ready to play it. I proved this earlier on today. It's looking very, very good. 1 or 2 moments that do veer a little tricky, in my opinion, but as ever, we'll let you be the judges of this. It's a good mixed pack with hello Arun, yes, I'm talking about you again, with lots to enjoy about it. So we've got any time entry. We have got, I think, 3 slots left in it. If anyone does want to come and join, don't forget Universal Controller and Rune Code right there. Let's lock it up for now and remind you all how to play. You are going to face 40 questions across 5 different categories. Use the crossword clues in this game because spelling will count. Spelling must be exact. There are various alts, so you might have a 2 or 2, 3 or however, but the spelling will count. After 5 questions, I'm going to bring 9 players into the Abyss Arena. Inside the arena, wrong answers or abstentions will cost you a life. 5 consecutive correct answers will earn you an extra life up to a maximum of 3. If you exhaust your lives, you fall into the Abyss. You are out of the game. You'll be replaced by a player from the wings. Keep answering though, even if you drop into the Abyss, because you can get back into the center. It will reset your consecutive count once you drop in, but for everyone else it is counting the last 5 questions. So out of the last 5 questions that you've gotten correct, think of it as like a raffle ticket. So if you've got the last 5 questions correct, you've got 5 raffle tickets on the next draw, if that makes sense. When you drop into the Abyss, it goes back to 0, so it means if you drop in, you can't be immediately reselected. But do keep playing in the wings. The idea is to get into the Abyss by the end of question 40, and you will go on to the final. So here is what we've got from a run this week. So, opposites of Best Picture winners is our first category. Each clue is the name of a Best Picture Oscar-winning film. Every significant word has been replaced by its opposite. I'm going to use quotes because it's not strictly an opposite in a literal sense. Some of them are, let's say, stretching the definition of opposite, but it's... the vibe is that it is the opposite of the word that is there. You'll figure it out as soon as you see one. You must give the name of the actual film that we are looking for. To help you out, we'll give you the decade the film won the Oscar. Okay, so if you're thinking, oh, that could be 2 different things, well, did it win an Oscar in that year for Best Picture? That will nail it down for you. Take the A train. You're going to see a series of clues. The only vowels in the answers to these clues will be an A. Simply solve the clues. Note that the letter A may occur more than once in each answer, and for the purposes of the question, Y is not considered a vowel. Okay, anniversary gift. You're going to see a series of clues. The answer to each of the clues will contain a traditional wedding anniversary gift. Simply solve the clues. To help, the anniversary associated with the gift will be shown in brackets. So if, for example, you thought the 100th anniversary gift was plutonium, then the answer will, and it says 100th in the question, then plutonium will feature in the answer somewhere. I don't think the 100th anniversary gift is plutonium. I don't know if they have one. I don't know if it goes that far. Anyway, past your prime, you'll see a series of clues. The answer to each is a number, answer in digits only. Each will be exactly 1 higher than a prime number. So if you're not sure, think about, is -1 what I think a prime number? If it's not, then it's probably not the right answer. Simply provide the correct number. And finally, a work of art. You will see the name of a work of art followed by its creator. Either the name of the artwork or the artist will be partially censored, and only the letters in the word artwork will be shown. Simply fill in the blanks to name the censored artwork or artist. And I'll give you a warning with that. It will vary as to whether the art or the artist or the art is censored. Whichever bit is censored, That is the bit you're trying to get. Don't type the artist if the artist is fully displayed, okay? Because that will be a wrong answer. Hopefully that all makes sense. Hopefully you can read those on your devices now, because I think I patched that in. And hopefully it underlines it now as well. The 100th anniversary is radioactivity, which doesn't exist. Plutonian gifts for 100th wedding anniversary, all good. Right, hopefully that all makes sense. Fingers on buzzers, or not buzzers, not a buzzer quiz, but fingers on devices, everybody. Very best of luck. Let's play. Starting with anniversary gifts. Game show featuring mental and physical games, first hosted by Richard O'Brien. It's the gift associated with the 15th wedding anniversary, 374. Use the crossword clues because the Krypton factor does not fit in with that. It's the Crystal Maze. Also, Krypton is not a 15th wedding anniversary gift. Next, work of art. American Gothic, redacted, 5-4. Tell me the name of that artist. Surname on its own will not suffice. Use the crossword clues to help you. Grant Wood, who painted American Gothic. Next, take the A train. Fruit that precedes split in the name of a popular ice cream dessert, 6 letters. This answer will only contain one vowel, and it will, well, one instance of a vowel. No, it might have multiple instances. It's only got A's in it, A's and consonants, and it's a banana, is what we wanted. Apple's got an E in it, unfortunately, Brig. Next, pass your prime. According to Douglas Adams, the answer to life, the universe, and everything. Answer is a number, and this is one number higher than a prime. Some people may have misunderstood the question here. 42, which is one higher than 41, which is prime. It's not adding one to the answer. Don't get confused by that. Next, opposite of Best Picture winners. Sunlight, 2010s. What is the opposite of sunlight? No one tells jokes in base 13. No, they do not. Moonlight is what we wanted there, which did win the Oscar despite what the host said at the time. First players into the Abyss and Apodo's first in with 5. Touche. Oh, no offense. L comes to join us also with 5. Conrad's in with 3. Bass comes to join us with 5. Fetz comes to join us with 5. Cola comes to join us with 5. Saphira comes to join us with 5. Frontery comes to join us with 5. And James comes to join us with 5. Some high scores in the early game. Difficulty is going to spike a little from here. Good luck. Take the A train is next. A boat with 2 hulls. The only vowel in the answer will be A. Nine letters. We're looking for catamaran. Catamaran. Tricky one there. Kayak does at least only have A's in it, but it isn't 9 letters, and it certainly doesn't have 2 hulls. Next, anniversary gift. The capital of the fictional land of Oz. 55th wedding anniversary. 7-4. Bad luck on the typo there. L. Emerald City is what we wanted. Spelling must be exact. Opposites of Best Picture winners. The Arrived, 2000s, 3 and 8. Yeah, in any other game that would have been condoned, Rack, but regrettably, spelling must be exact in this game because of the crossword clue nature of it. The Departed is what we wanted. 2006, I think that was released. Great film, would highly recommend. Past Your Prime is next. The number of people on 2 beach volleyball teams. This answer is 1 higher than a prime number. Answer's 4. 2 teams of 2. Saphira and Rack, you've dropped into the abyss. You're out of the game. Sam comes to join us with 9 points, first appearance. And Amy Me comes to join us with 9 points, first appearance. Yes, it couldn't have been 2, because 1 is not a prime number. Pyro, welcome to the game. Next, blank Marcel Duchamp. 8 letters. Name the artwork, please. It's a single word of 8 letters. Can you work it out? Marcel Duchamp. Fountain. Lolita did at least fit, I think, though you would have had the final A in that case, Conrad. Next, anniversary gifts. 2008 MIA song that notably features gunshot and cash register sound effects. It's the first wedding anniversary. 5 and 6. Paper planes. Paper is the first wedding anniversary gift. Conrad, you've dropped into the abyss round. Yay, thank you for playing. Thank you very much for darling. Refreshing my Prosecco. And Green Day comes to join us. 10 points first appearance in the abyss. Next, take the A train. Tapas dish with a name translated to spicy potatoes. 7 and 6. Patatas bravas is the answer. Apodo, Fetch, you dropped into the abyss. You're out the game. Keep answering. You could get another chance. As L is just proving right there. Second appearance with 7 points. Welcome back to the centre. And Flyber with their first appearance with 8 points. Next, a work of art. Blank Auguste Rodin. 3524. For anyone who's wondering why we allow players a second chance, it's because it means if you were banned from coming into the Abyss Arena, then there's no incentive to get in early. I'll explain more of that at the end. The Gates of Hell is the answer. AB Mia Frontery have dropped into the Abyss and are out the game. Jogging joins us with 11 points. And Riff joins us with 11 points, both of them in their first appearance. Yes, I'll explain why that is at the end of the game. Next, opposites of Best Picture winners. Timid Brain, 1990s. Timid Brain. Sort of opposite. One of them is a definite opposite, one of them is a sort of opposite. Braveheart is what we wanted there. Braveheart, 1995. Yes, won the Best Picture. 1995. Partial Prime, the number that follows Fiat in the name of the model of car described by Top Gear as the sexiest. 3 letters, or 3 numbers. $500. Green Day Bass Flyboy dropped into the abyss out of the game. Thanks for playing. Puzzle Dan comes to join us for the first time with 7 points. Yes, $4.99 is prime. Brig comes to join us with 10 points. And ABB comes to join us for the second time with 12. RNG favouring you tonight, it seems. Next, a work of art. Swans Reflecting Elephants. 8 and 4. Full name is required here, as with all of these. Follow the crossword clues. If the crossword clue doesn't offer just 4, you need to get the full name. Salvador Dali, with or without the acute accent on the I. Next, anniversary gifts. MLB team based in the city of Phoenix. 60th wedding anniversary, 7 and 12. I have swans reflecting elephants as a canvas in my living room, actually. Love that painting. Anything by Dali, really. I don't know if you got this one. Arizona Diamondbacks. It's in there somewhere. Diamond is the anniversary gift. Coley, you've dropped into the abyss. You're out of the game. Pyro, first appearance. Just a single point, but you're into the centre. Opposites of Best Picture winners. The Worst Tell on Mars. 1950s. 38425. Greatest show on Earth. I could drive the opposite side. Yeah, it's bad luck to everyone who put the best show on Earth. Puzzle Dan dropping into the abyss. Silver Electron replacing them with a score of 10. Partial Prime, the number of people who have walked on the surface of the moon. Hark back to earlier on. I think we had this in Data League. It's 1 higher than a prime, which means it's almost certainly going to be even. One exception. 12 is the answer. Oh, it's Crossfire. It was literally 1 game ago. It's the same joke, Riff. Rack, that's 5 right in a row. That's an extra life. You're back up to the middle level. Take the A train is next. What's your spelling here? Country home to the cities of Astana and Almaty. Be very careful with your spelling. I haven't got any alts. It's Kazakhstan, which is what I can never. So I get the K and the H mixed up all the time, or the A and the H. Brig and Pyro dropping into the abyss and out of the game. Riff, 5 right in a row, back up to the top flight. Clive coming to join us for the first time with 17 points, and Fetz coming to join us for the second time with 12. At the halfway point is Take the A Train. Mineral number 1 on the Mohs scale, 4 letters. As Harun says, -1 is not prime. Or is, I don't know. I don't know enough about pure mathematics to actually say that. Talc is the answer. Everyone in the centre getting it right. Well played. And it's 5 right in a row for jogging. Back up to the middle level. Well played. Primes are necessarily positive. Oh, there we go. Today I learned. Anniversary gifts. 1959 Gunter Grass novel that forms part of the Danzig trilogy. 10th wedding anniversary gift features in the answer 334. This is a tough question. The tin drum. Well done if you got that. AB Me, Silver Electron, Rack, you've dropped into the abyss. And the game, thank you for playing. Shapes, 5 right in a row. You're back up to the top flight. Well played. Stimson coming to join us with 13 points. First appearance in the centre. Flyboy coming to join us with 12 points. Second appearance in the centre. And Green Day coming to join us, 17 points. Second appearance in the centre. Let's go on. Past your prime. The number that is considered lucky in China, as its name sounds like the word for wealth. It's a single digit. It's 8. Well done if you got that. Didn't know that. I probably did at some point, but I've since forgotten it. This is great. Opposites of Best Picture winners. Stan, 1960s. 6 letters. Again, this is another we literally just told you moment here, without giving too much away. Oliver, from 1968. Stan Laurel being the opposite of Oliver Hardy. Jogging, you've dropped into the abyss. You're out of the game. Thank you for playing. Yeah, it's a creative opposites is what we're looking for here. CJ joining us for 14 points. First appearance. Work of art is next. Something by John Constable, 334. I would be really struggling on this. This is not my area. John Constable paintings. Jordan, if you didn't know this, this is the Hey Wayne. Hey Wayne, welcome to the stream. Hope you're keeping well. The things I do with words. Take the A train is next. The most northerly US state. 6 letters. David, welcome on in, bro. Hope you're keeping well. How's parkrun this morning? I gave you some kudos. You're on. I hope you had a good time. Alaska. Party on Garth. Canada, am I right? Another work of art. Lamentation, the Morning of Christ. 6 letters. It ends Otto. Collected a T in Bristol. A T? Oh, a T is in a time. You're off gallivanting, doing your tourist thing. Giotto is the answer. I'd never heard of him personally. Simpson, Green Day, Fetz dropping into the abyss and out of the game. Clive, 5 right in a row. You're back up to the top flight. Well played. And there's Toots joining us with 25 points. First appearance. Natter joining us with 12 points. First appearance. And Cola joining us with 23 points. Second appearance. 13 questions to go. Opposites of Best Picture winners is next. Nothing About Adam. 1950s 353. 353, Natty, you've got to use those crosswords clues. All About Eve. Something About Eve wasn't a film, doesn't fit with the crossword clues. Good guess, good logical guess, not the one. Past Your Prime is next. The year in which the FIFA World Cup was held in Russia. Unsurprisingly, this has got 4 characters in it, 4 digits. 2018, which is one higher than 2017, which is a prime number. Flyboy CJ into the abyss and out of the game. Riff, 5 right in a row. You're back up to the middle level. Well played. Clement joining us with 11 points. First time into the abyss arena. And Woody back with 19 points. First time into the abyss arena. Welcome on in. 11 questions left. Anniversary Gifts is next. English stand-up comedian, best known for the In Town radio series and his socialist politics. 11th anniversary gift. This one we will accept just the surname. Stone is a good guess. Right first 2 letters. It's Steele. Mark Steele. Natty, you've dropped into the abyss. You're out of the game. You're being replaced by Apodo on 18 points. Second appearance for them. Past Your Prime is our next one. The number of degrees in a straight angle. Relatively simple one there. 180 degrees in a straight line. And one higher than 179, which is prime. Rolly, 1970s, 5 letters. I did have to get a run to explain this one to me, but when he did, I was like, oh, of course. It's also the second time it's come up tonight. Rocky, as in Rocky and Rolly. Well done if you got that one. 8 questions to go. Take the A-Train. A-Train, one of 2 major Sanskrit epics, along with the Mahabharata. Mahabharata, 8 letters. Tough question. It's the Ramayana. Clive, Cola, Clement and Riff, you've dropped into the abyss. You are out of the game. To be replaced by Conrad on 11 points, second appearance. Silver Electron, 18 points, second appearance. Stilgar, 11 points, first appearance. And Saphira, 9 points, second appearance. 7 questions left. We're after a work of art. 3-6 by Edvard Munch. That's a lot of F-bombs in one sentence, Green Day. Them typos. I mean, the pirate doesn't quite fit, but also the scream is perhaps Edvard Munch's slightly more famous painting. Anniversary Gifts is next. 5,500-mile-long defensive structure, a popular tourist attraction in Central Asia. 20th anniversary gift, 5425. David, welcome on into the game. Great Wall of China is what we wanted there. Wrong vowel at the end, I think, Cola. Bad luck on that one. Opposite of Best Picture winners, Barbie, 2020's 11 letters. I mean, this one is, I felt slightly stretching the term, but it was easy enough, I felt, that I'd let it go. Though, do mind your spelling. Oppenheimer, famously the opposite of Barbie. Tremendous. Right, into the final 4 questions. Take the A-Train. 1940s film that includes the line, "Here's looking at you, kid." 10 letters. That was very funny and also no. At the outbreak of World War II, citizens of Casablanca... that's the only line I know from that film. That and "Here's looking at you" and Player. I know a few lines from Casablanca. I should probably watch it at some point. Past Your Prime, the atomic number of the noble gas argon. 2 characters in it. It is 1 higher than a prime number. Unsurprising to see Sam being the first player in the centre to lock in an answer. Correct answer at that. 18 is what we wanted. Shades! At the last minute, you've dropped into the abyss. You're out of the game. Thank you for playing. It's 5 right in a row for Apodo Nueva. Back up to the top flight. Anyone on the top flight, that's Apodo, Sam and Toot. You are in the final. And Flyboy on their 3rd appearance with 22 points. Guaranteed into the final. 2 questions to go. A work of art. The Tiger. 5-4. I need the artist. That's tough at the end, isn't it? That's mean. That's mean. Well done if you got this. France Mark. Saphirish, still got a woolly back. You've dropped into the abyss with 1 question to go. You are out of the game. You are being replaced by Free Ruckers. 15 points, first appearance. Rack, 22 points, third appearance. And Jogging, 27 points, second appearance. You're all guaranteed into the final. Conrad and Silver Electron need to get this right to get their shot at the final. Anniversary Gifts is the category. The fourth novel published in the Chronicles of Narnia. 25th wedding anniversary. If you know that, you know that's the middle word. 365. Or possibly the first word. Or possibly the last word. It's Silver Chair. Conrad Lack, you're dropped into the abyss. You're out of the game. Thank you for playing. Brisbane takes the last slot in the final, 17 points, first appearance, and that is the end of the first pass. Let's refresh the columns, put everyone back up to the top. So just a quick explainer, because inevitably somebody always asks me, oh, I didn't get in at all, and that player had 3 attempts at the centre. Why don't you make it so once you've been in, you can't get in again? Reason for that is, if you are picked at the beginning, statistically, it's because you've done quite well. You've got more lottery tickets, you've got more chance of getting in. And what we discovered is that if you get in early, that's actually disadvantageous to staying in, because then it becomes a game of duration. You've got to stay there the whole hog. So we thought, well, actually, we don't want people to game the system by deliberately getting questions wrong earlier and then hoping for later on. That was sort of counter to the game. And the best way of doing that was basically letting everyone come back. So on a long enough timeline, if you think, oh, it's not fair that that person got 3 attempts at the centre and I didn't get any, on a long enough timeline, it does balance out, assuming you're answering at least some questions correct. Yeah, so out of the previous 5 questions, Green Day, think of it every time there's a new spot in the centre, think of it like there's a raffle drawn, and out of the last 5 questions are your tickets. So if you've got 5 out of 5 from the previous 5 questions, and someone else has only got 1 out of 5, you've got 5 raffle tickets, they've only got 1. They could still get picked, but you're more likely to be picked. That's the logic behind it. So it means it doesn't disadvantage you from going in early, but it does mean that people might think, oh, they're having more attempts. But like I say, on a long enough timeline, it balances out. None of that is relevant now, as Clive is saying. I'm just explaining it for people who maybe haven't played the game before, or maybe are wondering, because that is a question that comes up a lot. And I recognise that we do have new members coming in who maybe don't know all the rules and the subtleties of some of the games. So I think it is important to sometimes just go over, some of the rules. Anyway, that is the end of the opening round. Let's explain how to play the final, because our finalists are Toot with 38, Sham with 39. That's pretty good. 39 out of 40 is a very good effort. Brisbane with 17, Silver Electron with 23, Apodo with 26, Free Ruckus with 16, L with 22, El Chombo, aka Jogging, with 27, and Flyboy with 22. Here's how to play the final one. Neither do I, Lewis, and I fucking bloody programmed them. I stopped myself from doing another F-bomb then. Yeah, even I get confused with some of my own rules sometimes because I don't write them down except in the code. Anyway, here's a message from our sponsor, Digital David.
150 bits for 50 park runs.
Thank you, David. That's very kind of you. Yes, I did. I didn't say I did my 50th park run today. I can't remember if I said that at the start, but yeah, it was my 50th park run. So I've ordered my new shirt, so my red shirt will be ready hopefully for next weekend, which is good. And so I had a new best time of the year, which is good. Thank you very much, David. Appreciate that very much. Now, in the final, you're going to face up to 10 questions across the same 5 categories. These will now be in a random order, whereas before you would have had 1 from each 5, shuffled each time, but 1 from each 5 before you got a new one. Now you could have 2 A-trains and then 2 film opposites and so on. It's entirely random for these final 10. Players in the Abyss Arena have had their lives refreshed. We're going to stick with basically the same gameplay, except lives are no longer awarded. Extra lives are no longer awarded, and players who drop into the Abyss will not be replaced. Last player left standing is declared the winner. In the event no winner has emerged after 10 questions, the winner is going to be the player who's higher up their column. In the event of a tie, the player with the highest score is declared the winner. So if we have a tie in the columns, only then do we look to the score. So fair, Sam could have done better. He really could. He absolutely could. Shame on only getting 39 out of 40. Many lols. Right, good luck. There is only 1 medal in this game, and it is for whoever survives in the Abyss Arena. Sham. Very good. So if you're not in the centre at this point, you can't win a medal, but Penny's still available, so do keep answering the questions. Good luck. Let's play. Starting with anniversary gifts. 1981 film that won Katharine Hepburn a record 4th Best Actress Oscar. 50th anniversary. So the 50th anniversary gift features in the answer somewhere. Strong start in the Abyss Arena. On Golden Pond was what we wanted. Opposites of Best Picture winners. This is very clever. Olympic, 1990s. 7 letters. Titanic, 1997. Olympic was a sister ship of the Titanic. Well done if you got that. Take the A-Train is next. Fitness app co-founded by Mark Gainey in 2009. Only A's, or vowels. A's are the only vowels in the answer. 6 letters. I'm glad you've got this one, David. One of the first answers to come in. Strava is what it was. Look at this graph. That's me with Strava, anytime I do a run. Take the A-Train again. Language that author Merche Rodoredo wrote novels in. 7 letters. Only A's in the answer. Nice effrontery. That would also have worked. Catalan, tough question. Free Ruckers, Brisbane, Flyboy, you've dropped into the abyss. You are out of the game. Past Your Prime is next. The number that follows 1Q in the name of a novel by Haruki Murakami. 2 characters in it. The answer is 1 higher than a prime. The 4 dropping in. Apodo, Jogging, Silver Electron, Rack. You've dropped into the abyss. You're out of the game. It's 2 versus Sam. It's a work of art. Blank, Judy Chicago, 365. Advantage Toot at the moment. He is higher up the column. 5 questions to go. The dinner party. Deadlock in the Abyss Arena. Toot still with advantage. A work of art again. Christina's World, 6-5. Jesus. So quick. They've only both gone and bloody got it, haven't they? Andrew Wyeth. I've never even heard of him. You machines, you two. Machines. Past your prime. The number of people that were members of the hip-hop group Fugees. Single character. It is 1 higher than a prime number. It's the only odd-numbered answer in this round. 3 was the answer. 3 members of the Fugees, 2 the only even prime number. Opposites of Best Picture winners. Santa Monica, 2000, 7 letters. They both had a thing. They both got it. Chicago. Santa Monica and Chicago are at opposite ends of Route 66. Final question. Anniversary gift. Merseyside band that released the song Dreaming of You in 2002. 35th wedding anniversary. Bam, 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 bam. I'm dreaming of you. Oh, what can I do? It's the choral. They've both got it. They've both got to the end. But there can only be one winner. Wow. What a game. I associate that song with Scrubs. What a great song. That scene with JD and Elliot in season 3? End of season 3, I think. Anyway, great song. Haven't heard it for ages. I'm going to go check it out after the stream. Good game, everyone. Wow, look at this. Both of them getting 48 out of 50, just dropping 2 questions. But just because of how the stack fell, 2 got 1 wrong in the main game and 1 wrong in the final. Sam got 2 wrong in the final. No, sorry. Let me try again. Toot got 2 wrong in the main game and none wrong in the final. Sam got 1 wrong in the main game and 1 wrong in the final. So they finished on the exact same score, but by the rules of the game, it's whoever's higher up the column, and it is Toot who's come out victorious. Points is the secondary tiebreaker, Green Day. The first metric is, well, first metric is have you survived. Second metric is height in column. Third metric is score. So, yeah, lives is always the final factor. And only if we have a complete deadlock, i.e. they all survive and they're all at the same height and all on the same score, do we have an absolute tie. It's happened 2 or 3 times, not very often. As I just said, you have an absolute tie, and we do give out 2 gold... Yeah, dance off. We do give out 2 gold medals on that occasion, but it's a very rare thing. It is programmed in, it is handled, but it's a very rare opportunity. So, Toot and Sam continue their tennis match at the top of the Abyss leaderboard. So let's go and have a look at the penny chart and see where they're at. Actually, why have I opened Gitcroc? Because that's not going to tell me, actually, is it? Because I haven't updated the pennies for the game yet. I need to go to penny data folder, penny storage, Abyss. It's going to look at this. The last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games have gone, and it's not written. So the last 6 games, it's not written this one yet. Toot, Toot, Sam, Toot, 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 Shapes, Toot, 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 Oni, Toot, Sam, Toot, 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 Lupine. There's a lot of Toot, and there's quite a bit of Sam on this board as well. But Toot has done 2 in a row now. Sam did the one before, so we will see how they continue to battle this out, and can someone else come and challenge them at some point. We will see the next time. Toot, that's your 28th Abyss medal, by the way. Sam, you're denied your 7th, but yeah, Toot, this is very much your game, isn't it? Toot, and Oni, welcome to the stream. I just said your name. Anyway, Arun, lovely questions. Worth the wait after the delay. I think you'll all agree with me. It was yeah, really nice questions. I thought there were a couple of harder moments in there. Toot and Sham obviously disagree with me, but I hope you had fun with those. Pennies will pay out as well when the credits roll in just a moment. And that's it for the quiz for tonight. But of course, we are going to go and raid into the 24-hour game show marathon, so please do stick around for that, particularly if you want a bit more quiz. And if you are in a position to do so, please do donate. Child's Play is a wonderful charity. We've raised money for it here in the past as well, so I do know a bit about it. It's a fabulous charity, so if you're in a position to do so, obviously look after yourselves first, but if you can, it'd be really great to go and give some money. So we're going to go raid them in a minute, but not before we have had our Saturday. I haven't done the pennies yet, Alexander. Chill on the pennies. They'll go in when the credits roll. If you tell me they haven't added on yet, I'm gonna get shirty. Yeah, they'll pay out when the credits roll in just a second. So, lottery to follow to conclude things. I've got 61 viewers at the moment, so we may have another full front row. Let's see if the RNG gods favour you tonight. Many thanks once again to Arun for the question pack. Congratulations to Sam, you have stayed in the arena, but bigger congratulations must go to Toot, because you have survived the Abyss. See you for the lottery in just a minute. Breaking news, this just in before the lottery. We have a new leader on the current season penny leaderboard. AB Me sneaks into the lead by 26 pennies, usurping Matt the Sprat, who is knocked down into 1 pennies. 1 pennies, JR. AB Me at the top of the leaderboard, 44,176 this season. Matt the Sprat second, 44,150. Shapes in third, 40,329. Remember, there is a potential mystery star prize at the end of the season for whoever leads the leaderboard, which is optional. You can either take the mystery star prize, which Shapes won last season, and he's keeping a secret. and I'm hoping he's going to keep it that way. This is what we do the pennies for, incidentally. Let's just take a moment to talk about them. You don't have to. You can either take the Mystery Star prize, or you can take your chances in the lottery, where there's different prizes up for grabs. But that's what we'll do towards the end of the season, which will be at the middle of July. July the 11th is the last episode of season 22. Lupine, welcome to the stream. I'm going to load the lottery up. Let's kill the Abyss and penny prize draw. I did take note of the comments that came from David and Colin, I think, after Thursday's stream. The fact that the titles say the penny prize draw, even though it is not the penny prize draw, it is the lottery or the Thunderball, which is something I do need to make dynamic, because it's a bit... I mean, I've done it for Huds' version. His says random acts of kindness. I think that's hard-coded, but I could probably make it dynamic without too much sweat. Anyway, we're going to play lottery mode, so make sure you refresh your universal controllers, and let's roll VT for this evening's lottery draw. It's Saturday night. We are live from the Game Night Control Center, and it is time for the weekend lottery draw. Not the penny prize draw, as the titles suggest. WSLH is the code you need. I'm going to come and grab a chair as well. See if we get any more luck tonight. Conradalak wants a pre-lottery, which we'll sort out in just a moment. WSLH. Manually, 4, 8. Let me hide all my logs, because I don't need all of your numbers coming in. 15, 16, 23, 42. Push execute. Lucky dip for the rest. Okie dokie. Conradalak, let's give you a lottery. Veal success. 1624, that'll do. Beating the odds. Let's have that one. Maxio also claiming a lottery at this point. Let's see if you can beat the odds as well. Veal success. 951. Not quite, but still not bad. That's sort of that sort of thing. It's yeah, big whatever. It's just cast in the thousands. Right. Oh, are they on one question already on Game Show Marathon? Let's take a look. Yes, they're doing Dev's one question, so this is a great moment. And Buzzer Bob is wearing a Claudia Winkleman wig. If you needed another reason to stick around after the lottery for the raid, I think I just gave it to you. So, let's get this lottery done, and I'll pick a raid message. It's going to be something relatively clean, because of course he is. I'll probably keep it relatively clean. We've got 43 players in, so Riff, Toot, Brisbane, you're going to be behind the cameras, so we won't see you, but you are in the lottery. Let's hide the room code, and let's start the machine. Oh, did Toad wear it earlier? Nice. And tonight we're using Lancelot and Set of Balls number 5. Here's what you could be winning tonight. Anything from 100 if you just match the bonus ball, right the way up to 250,000 if you can match all 6 numbers from the main lottery draw. I wish you all the best of luck, all the luck in the world. Let's release those big money balls. And Sootycat, welcome to the stream. Some good raid messages coming in there. Right. So I've got to go through... there's quite a few raid messages to go through. Not as many as there have been. Rack, what's the end of this raid message suggestion? Join the Discord. We're just talking about flying, and then it goes to a truncation. I'm just curious as to what it is. By the rules of the game, I don't allow winners if they truncate, but... Oh, dildos. Of course it is. Right. Right, okay. That's good to know. Right, good luck. Let's start the draw. Just a reminder, we're raiding into 24-hour game show marathon. If you were going to stick around for any raid, this is the one to do it for, because great stuff happening just over the road. First ball out the machine tonight is number 23. Lost numbers for the win. It's the only line I've got on. It's time. It's going to happen. It happened once when I tested it. I got 5 out of 6 of the lost numbers. Entirely, genuinely randomly, so felt like Hurley. 7th appearance for that in the main lottery draw. Last saw it on Sunday the 3rd of May. Oh, Lancelot's up to his old tricks again, I see. Let's try again, shall we? No. Okay, that's a good shake. Hopefully we'll get something in the centre. Is that blue one at the top? Oh, my actual. Well done. It's another pink one. Number 25. 7th appearance in the main lottery draw. We last saw it Saturday, the 25th of April. Of course it's dildos. Right, 2 pink ones so far. Purple balls. Ouch. Oh, my actual. Yeah. Next is a blue one, number 12. 8th appearance in the main lottery draw. Last saw it Saturday, the 16th of May. Yeah, it's quite fun to actually change expletives around. So like Chris Evans did in that film when he says, "What the shit?" It was quite funny. There's one I said to Stimpson's Angle in chat the other day and I can't remember. Oh my F-bomb, wasn't it? Next out, number 9. 6th appearance in the main lottery draw. Last appeared on Sunday the 3rd of May. Yes. Oh my fuck. That's it. That's a really good one to use if you want to subvert it and make comedy happen. This is how to do comedy with Royal Flush. I'll turn my stream into that. Another white one. Number 8, another lost ball. Yes, we've got 2 lost numbers tonight. 2nd appearance in the main lottery draw. Second in nearly a year. Last appeared Saturday the 10th of January. What the shit for life? Life, yeah. What the shit? It's a good line. It's a very good line. Next out, it's a yellow one, number 46. 7th appearance in the main lottery draw. Last appeared Saturday, the 23rd of May. Well, I've got 2 with 2 numbers, including the lost line. We've just got time for a bonus ball, friends. What's it gonna be tonight? Free guy, that's the one. It's another white one. It's number 3. What, the Rick Burmon? Yes, I did hear that, JR. So, tonight's winning numbers, again in ascending numerical order. Your winning line is number 8. Number 9. Number 12. Number 23. Number 25. And number 46. The bonus is number 3. Yeah. What is it about Ricks? 4 and the bonus, Green Day. Let's fucking go indeed. Oh my god. That is a record. 10,000 pennies to Green Day with 4 and the bonus. Wow, 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 wow. Lewis, 3 with the bonus, 2,500 pennies. AB, me, and Lewis again. Stilgar, Shapes, SJ, Dalton, Prugs, Free Ruckus, Bass, Puzzle Balls, all getting 3 without the bonus for 1,000. Goodness me, that's the biggest we've ever seen. It is the only win, but it's the only win you need, Green Day. 10,000 pennies is a big winner tonight. Lewis picking up 4,000 pennies, which is not to be sneezed at. AB was 1,750 over 4, SJ 1,600 over 3, Free Ruckus 1,500 over 3, likewise Bass, likewise Dan, CJ 1,500 over 6, still got 1,450 over 4, Shapes 1,250 over 2, and the rest. Well, that was a very cromulent night, particularly for Green Day. Let's shitting go indeed. 10,004 with the bonus. That is, I mean, we've been doing this nearly a year now. We've been doing the lottery draw after stream. That, I think, is the highest we've ever seen. So, kudos to you. Has that changed the leaderboard? Has it changed the leaderboard? Oh, the pennies aren't working. Yeah. No, they are. 21st. Green Day has basically doubled your penny count for this season. You're up to 22,000 pennies. Oh, there you go. You've done it in the chat. Yeah, 22,000 pennies this season. Basically doubling up with, a lucky spin on the leaderboard. Shapes, you are ranked 3rd this season and currently ranked trophy overall. Yes, Shapes has got 526,000 pennies since game night started. Although, AB me, you're going to be joining the 500k club before too long. Your overall penny count for since the start of game night, 496,704. 3rd is Lupine, 462,750. So, because I track all the pennies since the beginning of time. So that's quite fun. But yeah, AB Me, currently top of the leaderboard, 45926. But huge congratulations to Green Day tonight with 10,000 pennies for 4 numbers and the bonus ball. What a lovely way to finish the stream. I'm going to pick a raid message. We're going to go raid Game Show Marathon. Please stick around. I know a lot of people normally drift off, but for this one, please do stick around because they're doing marvellous stuff. Friends of the community, Dev's build of One Question is airing on Twitch. Bob's wearing a Claudia Winkleman wig. I mean, what is there not to stick around for? Please do. We're going to go raid over there in just a minute. First of all, let's have some credits. I'll pick a raid message and I'll leave it there for tonight. Thanks for playing the lottery. I'll see you on the camera in just a minute. And friends, I'm afraid that is the end of our time together for another week. I hope you've had fun with game night this week, particularly tonight. Big thanks once again to our question writers, to JR for Datally, lovely Pat, really enjoyed that. To BC for Crossfire, many thanks to Stimson for proofing as well, and to Arun for the Abyss. Great game, some really creative questions. I've had a lot of fun hosting tonight. I really hope you have had fun playing as well. Did Ben deliver on his good night guarantee? Do I have a good night guarantee? I wasn't aware I had a good night guarantee. Who said no? 6 people have said no? Oh my actual. Oh, that's disappointing. A, I don't have a good night guarantee. B, I like to think that, well, maybe that's the people who said no. They're saying I haven't delivered on my good night guarantee because I don't have one. I'm wearing purple. Purple is the colour of beauty. It's not, I just made that, but the material's quite nice, isn't it? Look, I look like sort of shiny on the big camera. Anyway, we're going to go raid into the Game Show Marathon. Quick reminder, I'm going to be back on Thursday next week with The Drain and The Escape Artist by John. Sounds like it could be a fairly short stream, so I might try and conjure something up. I'll see if I can get some more work done on Picture This. We'll have another trial game of that. That'd be a lot of fun. And next Saturday, if you're just here at the weekend, Distinction, The Drain and Red Herrings next weekend. So please do pop around for that. Don't forget to give us a follow. Don't forget to join the Discord. Go and catch up on Game Night On Demand on the website. And check out your pennies while you're there. More art time. Yeah, more art time. I think that's good. So, time to pick some raid messages. Bungle, do pay attention. Honorary mentions first, of course. From Vertigo, relations. From Dalton, divorce is basically monopoly. True. Lewis, and with that, all the American Gen Zers switched off. And I need to put the thumbs down on them after I've selected them so it reduces my view. Right, I like that. Why is there a Welsh van in my backyard? From Alexander. From BC, this quiz is sponsored by Premier Inn. From JR, introducing the newest gladiator, a camel. From Vertigo, similar train here, Schlong, Asbo, and a tractor. From BC, where has the WI gone? Will you pay us in gold via PayPal? From Prudes, very clever. Plutonian gifts for 100th wedding anniversary from Alexander. The 100th anniversary is radioactivity, which doesn't exist. Thank you to Ardenfets for that one. Brisbane, no one tells jokes in base 13. That's clever. Lenny Henry's lottery from Bungle. That's very good. This would be a strong contender if it wasn't happening on another stream. Ardenfets, Claudia Wigkelman. That's very, very clever. Oh My Actual from Vertigo. From... okay, I've got to get rid of the ones that I know I can't pick. This was going to be the winner, I think. It was the first one in tonight until I realised where we're raiding. I need to be a bit more wholesome. From Ardenfets, ZS, motherfuckers. which was the first line of the stream. Would be good for that to be the episode title. From JR, it's not mandatory, but do. From Shadowmane, is there an Oppenheimer Ken doll? From Simpsons Angle, of course it's dildos. From Green Day, disrespectful non-silence. Shirts will be removed if the morale does not improve. From the Clemem. And I've got two that are very similar, but I like one of them more than the other because of its brevity. So runner-up tonight is SJ with Rembrandt is the first Gen Z person. The other one is a variant on that theme, but it came in first. It's a little bit briefer, and I think it cuts to the heart of what I'm after a bit more. ABB, you're the episode title tonight. Apologies if you're Gen Z. That is the end of Game Night for this evening and for another week. I'm going to be back on Thursday. We are going to raid into the 24-hour game show marathon, and we're going to say apologies if you're Gen Z. ABM, that will become the episode title for tonight. You get 250 pennies and a custom thumbnail, which will go on the VOD, which all of you should go and check out there. Until next time, do enjoy the rest of your weekend. You have been watching Game Night with me, Royal Flush. And as always, be splendid and wonderful and marvellous and safe to each other. I've really screwed up this outro tonight. That was completely wrong. Shall I try again? You have been watching Game Night with me, Royal Flush. Until next time, be splendid and wonderful and marvellous and safe. And as always, take care. Peace out and good night.
Goldfish spayed and neutered.
Make your donation now at GameShowMarathon.